the University of Michigan have fired head coach Sherrone Moore with cause, and yeah, there's a lot, just a lot of dumb shit.
Yes, Regis, there's a lot to unpack there.
What?
I said, yes, Regis, there is
Who
a
the
lot
fuck
to
is
unpack.
that?
Oh, my God. You never heard of Regis Feldman?
No, because I'm not 80.
He did just die, I think, a couple of years back. Regis and Kelly, live with Regis and Kelly. He's a talk show. How do you not remember him? He was on WrestleMania.
I don't know.
Maybe you need to watch the old classic WrestleMania during the golden era.
Oh, yeah, I've only watched the first one a couple times. The third one's way better.
Yeah, well, yeah, but back to head coach firing for Michigan. He's in a lot of trouble, I think. He
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently, allegedly had an affair. Him and his wife got in an argument, and then he breaks into the house of the woman he had an affair with, allegedly.
Yeah, she was a staff member, and
Yep.
he apparently got her pregnant.
And then he threatened to murder-suicide, I guess. He threatened to take her out and then himself.
Allegedly.
With a knife. And then, so.
Yeah, I mean.
There's a new interim head coach.
Some guy named Biff.
Yep, some guy named Biff. And he was former Michigan coach, 2021, 22, or 23. Something like that. Anyway, I don't know a ton about him, but not a great track record from what I just quickly gathered before he went on air. But anyway, some guy named Biff is now interim head coach of Michigan.
Yeah, I just don't get why he did what he did. You have everything. The team
it unraveled really
years
quickly.
Ago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
When things went south for him, though, it unraveled very quickly, and then apparently
he was fired one day and then arrested. I'm pretty sure that same night or the next night.
I mean, a firing you could have bounced back from, but I think it was. I mean, it definitely. His wife, I'm sure, is not happy about the affair.
Yeah,
he's got a bunch of kids. It sounds like so. Yeah, it unraveled.
Yeah, no, this is all public.
Yeah, very very quickly, which he could have bounced. I mean, he still could have came back when you threaten murder, suicide, and you commit multiple felonies. Though it's even harder and harder to come back from. But he could hopefully still turn his life around and not. But I think he's potentially looking at some prison time. So
yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, another Michigan guy that did something really stupid, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly for now.
Welcome, sports fans, to Everything Sports with Bill and Will, and we're happy to have you. We're recording on a Sunday afternoon, nice freezing cold Sunday afternoon in Michigan. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about, but we'll start, as always, we seem to start with MLB. So Jeff Kent's been elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame on the contemporary era ballot. So how do you feel about that? He's got good numbers.
Yeah, he's he deserved it. He had a really good career. 2,400 hits, 377 home runs, 1,500 RBIs, a 855 OPS, and a 290 career average. So he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think what we had a conversation off air about was how Don Mattingly got kind of slated again.
Well, so did Bonds and Clemens.
Well, all the steroid era got. McGuire is another one. I mean, they've all got overlooked again. And arguably, I mean, even before the steroid era, I think Bonds had probably better numbers or pretty damn close to better numbers than some of the guys that are currently getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Not that Jeff Kent doesn't deserve it, and congrats to him, but I mean, come on, Don Mattingly.
But he did it clean.
It's true.
Don Mattingly does deserve it, though.
I think Mattingly deserves it. Yeah. There's others that do, but For
And
crying out
a lot of
loud.
people talk about like, oh, they didn't win a ring when Don Mattingly
That's
was on the team. That's stupid,
that is
though. Like
stupid
they
because that's a
won.
team thing.
Like they were very good. The,
Hall of Fame isn't about the team though; it's about the friggin'.
mm-hmm,
And I get it; it's the overall career of the guy. And yeah, it's they didn't win a ring, but they weren't the best team in
mm-hmm.
baseball when Don Mattingly played either.
Yeah,
You know, they
it's
had
probably the worst the Yankees have ever been outside of. I think it's like 2015 or 2016, one of those years.
yeah, but Mattingly. I remember the first one of the only things my dad ever gave me was a baseball bat. It had Don Mattingly's signature on it. That wasn't a real signature; it was just a printed on name. But
Mm-hmm,
I remember that first time I'd ever heard of Don Mattingly, and then I started looking into his stats. I love the guy.
mm-hmm.
I followed a lot of his career as much as a kid with crappy TV and no cable back then could follow. But you know,
Yeah.
you always read up on him when you could. Don Mattingly was a staple in New York forever. In fact, I think
Spent his
pretty
whole
sure,
career
yeah,
there.
he spent his entire career there, which is rare
Yep.
and hard to believe now because nobody
Came
does that.
basically through the 80s. It was the entire 80s, I believe.
And that's why a guy like Tarek Skubal, who wants to stay in Detroit, now they got trade talk, which we'll probably get to. But
Oh, I didn't put that on there because
well,
I don't believe anyone from LA talking about this. But since you brought it up, I have it right here. Uh, an insider reported update. I'm hearing the Scooble deal is essentially in place. The pieces are agreed to. The framework is done. What's holding it up now is a long-term extension and ownership approval in Detroit. The Tigers won't green light it without the owners sign off, and the Dodgers won't ship that kind of haul out without long-term commitment from Scooble. Which I
I
don't
don't.
believe that.
Well, and I don't blame him anyway. But Skubal's already said he wants to play in Detroit.
He said it again after that came out as well. He
Well,
said it again in another podcast.
and it's ultimately, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of decision making behind it. But if you get rid of Skubal, you're basically, to me, on a rebuilding year because you
Mhm.
have to rebuild the pitching staff. I know they got it. They did make a trade, but come on, you don't got a Skubal quality trade. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
You can get a lot for him right now. The guy's a two consecutive Cy Young Award winner back to back years.
yeah,
the
but you're
last
not going
two
to get
seasons.
anything that's better than him,
No.
even if you have multiple people. You're not getting Juan Soto. You're not getting Aaron Judge. You're not getting. It's not going to be a 1-for-1 for like Garrett Cole
No,
or
it's
any of these
not.
other people.
So I'm hoping it's not true, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not
just
worth it.
stupid. It's not worth it because if you want a chance at the, you want a chance at the. Sorry, folks. You want a chance at the championship again next year, making the playoffs again. You got to have Skubal in there.
Yeah.
Plus, it hurts team morale when you get rid of us. That guy's the clubhouse leader. It sounds like, and you get rid of
Yeah.
him. Come on. And the fact that it's such a young team too, that's really gonna hurt morale. Not that the other guys can't perform when they get rid of a good player, because it does give other people a chance to step. It's just stupid. We said it multiple times, but anyway, yeah, the Jeff Kent thing is good for him, but moving back because I know we're kind of bouncing around, but
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame is just. I think the writers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And keeping with the Detroit Tigers, closer Kenley Jansen and the Detroit Tigers have signed a 1-year contract. So good for us. Go
Yeah.
Tigers.
And next, Pirates and former Tiger Gregory Soto have agreed to a 1-year deal.
Moving on. You want to do the next one? Or
Yeah. And probably the biggest news since we've last recorded, Pete Alonso and the Baltimore Orioles have agreed to a 5-year, $155 million contract, and the Orioles actually are looking good now.
I think equally as important, though, Kyle Schwarber is going to be dropping short. What do they call them? Schwar bombs?
Mm-hmm.
So is that what they call them?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. For Philadelphia for the next 5 years, it
Yep.
looks like at
Dave
least
Dombrowski finally got his long-term extension for
former
him.
Tiger guy did
Mm-hmm.
Dombrowski. So $150 million contract though for 5 years for the Phillies. So
Yeah, he's staying
Good for
with
Kyle.
them. He was one of the people that helped them get to the World Series a couple years ago when they lost to the Astros. And yeah, he's a cornerstone of their franchise. And next, the Dodgers are continuing to ruin baseball and have signed the best closer in baseball since, uh, Emmanuel Clase is now in the prison league.
Damn.
But yeah, they signed Edwin Diaz from the Mets, and the Mets are basically getting rid of their whole team. Uh, After signing Soto to a $1 billion contract, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Uh,
But
but yeah, they signed Edwin Diaz to a 3-year, $69 million contract. And yeah, I'm just kind of pissed the Tigers didn't.
yeah, that would have been nice to have because that closers for Detroit have always been a thing of contention, kind of, or one of the things
Yeah.
that held us back. Well, not hitting too kind of screws us up too when you got great hitters that can't hit. But yeah, I mean, and then when we do have good hitting and good pitching, we don't have a good closer, which is what 2012.
Yeah,
Just nothing.
2013.
We had some of the best pitching staff, one of the best pitching staffs on the planet, but and we had Miguel Cabrera, one of the best
And
hitters
Prince Fielder.
in the the universe, and Prince Fielder, and we couldn't make it happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, moving on. Right-handed
Yeah.
pitcher Tyler Rogers for the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Toronto Blue Jays are in agreement on a 3-year, $37 million deal with a fourth-year vesting option.
Yeah, that's another good pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Yep.
And next, the Diamondbacks and right-handed pitcher Merrill Kelly have agreed to a 2-year deal.
And the D-backs and right-handed pitcher Michael Soraka agreed to a 1-year deal as well.
Yeah, and the Rays and left-handed pitcher Steven Matz, former Met, has agreed to a 1-year deal.
That's right. And Carl Yastrzemski's nephew, I believe, or he's some relation to Yastrzemski, Mike Yastrzemski, reportedly agreed to a 2-year, $23 million deal with the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, and the Mets have agreed to a 2-year, $40 million deal with infielder Jorge Polanco.
And the Yanks and infielder Ahmed Rosario agreed to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, and lastly, in MLB news, Maikel Garcia and the Kansas City Royals are finalizing a 5-year contract extension with a club option for a 6th year.
Which that's considered long term nowadays. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the longest contract of the offseason so far, even though it's an extension. It's yeah, the other 2 big deals were for 5 years, and Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber both 5. But the only ones that have signed long-term deals like that are Otani and Soto, which are both over 10 years and $800 million.
Which 10 years is a long time for a ball player of any sport because, yeah, they could easily play 10 years, but there's so much that could go wrong. And you're stuck with that long contract.
And it's fucking huge.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're going to do it, why not a guy like Otani? If anyone's
Yeah.
worth it.
Well, Soto, I also think is worth it because he was really young. I think he was like 24 when he signed that contract.
Yeah, it's not like giving.
Yeah. He came up when he was 20.
It's not like you're giving a 40-year-old a 10-year
I think he was
deal.
19, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so good. But moving on to the NFL, we got some interesting news.
Yeah. First, starting a lot with some Shedeur Sanders news. The Browns have been trying to basically sabotage his entire career because his dad basically did a lot of the stuff to get him in this position and basically groomed him to be NFL starting quarterback. And he's very freaking good. And it seems like the Browns have been sabotaging him. And the first time he really gets to start, he sets a bunch of records. So, crazy how that works. He is the first Browns quarterback with 300 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in the same game since 1950. So before the NFL became the NFL. So before the merger.
Yeah, and he joined Aaron Rodgers as the only quarterback since the year 2000 with 4 completions of 50-plus yards and their first 3 career starts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Well, you got to figure second generation. You see that a lot in the world. We bring up wrestling again, but you see that in wrestling. The second generation usually, like Cowboy Bob Orton. He's actually, I think he's second generation himself.
Yeah, he's their third.
His son has done way more than, and he's won way more championships. I think.
Yeah.
Both on a Hall of Fame trajectory. But you see that with Kurt Angle, or not Kurt Angle, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Kurt Hennig and his dad, Larry the Axe.
And then their third generation as well, because his nephew or someone he's related to is Curtis Axel, who was in WWE for a little bit. He's also third generation.
Well, and Dusty Rhodes and his 2 kids, they're second, I believe. They're second, but still, that
Ted
generation.
DiBiase and his kid.
Exactly. Iron Mike DiBiase. So really happy. You see it a lot in wrestling. But
which I love that they all had a tag team, which was Legacy. It's one of my favorite tag teams in WWE.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But moving on to baseball, I mean, you got a lot in baseball too. Barry Bonds, his dad Bobby Bonds, he outdid anything his dad did, surpassed way above and beyond. King Griffey and King Griffey, King Griffey and King Griffey Jr. Because you grow up in it, because they're starting from scratch, learning how to do it, and they become great ball players. But then the kid is basically, it's ingrained in them since they were in diapers. And Prince Fielder hit a home run, and I think he was like hit a ball out of the stadium. He was 10, I think, 8 or 10 or something crazy. Yeah. And I remember seeing that footage and thinking, wow, he might be a big leaguer, because you never know. But
like Patrick Mahomes and his father. His father was a baseball player. He ended up actually getting drafted to play baseball, and then ended up playing football instead.
Yeah. And then, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and his dad were. His dad was awesome, and now.
I think the Tigers drafted Patrick Mahomes to play baseball.
Maybe that.
Yeah, I think I remember that. The Tigers drafted Patrick Mahomes to play baseball, and then he ended up choosing football instead and became a generational freaking talent.
Yep. Anyway, but I just kind of quick side note as we sidetrack again, but it's a lot of second generation, third generation players are going to be phenomenal. So we'll see if that Yastrzemski name can live on, and which it will anyway. I mean, Carl was amazing, Triple Crown winner, and Hall of Famer. So we'll see how his nephew or whatever relation is. We didn't plan on talking about that, so we didn't do any research, and we don't want to pause the podcast to look it up. So I'm sure people can tell us in the comments. But
and the only players with 350 passing yards and 4 total touchdowns in a game within their first 5 starts during their rookie season since the merger is one person, and that is Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, and obviously he's not even played a full season yet, but he's got some impressive stats already, which, knowing the bloodline that he comes from, we expect good things. But, I mean, who knows? He might not do a thing the rest of the season and fizzle out. I doubt it from what we're seeing already. He's putting together some numbers, but interesting to watch. Yeah, and as we say that, they're losing 14-0, but it's still early. It's only second quarter, so.
Well, it's
as
almost
we're recording this.
Third quarter. There's 2 minutes left.
Okay. Well, still, there's a lot of football left. A lot can happen in that fourth quarter. As we seen, a couple weeks ago maybe a month ago, and
Lions won.
Well, I think it was the Broncos, though. They were down.
It was against the Broncos, or it was the Broncos. I can't remember.
Yeah, they came back.
Huge fourth quarter comeback. We talked about it earlier this year.
Go back and listen to the podcast. You'll know exactly who it is, because we can't remember. Happens in your old age of 20-something. Yeah. And Browns. The Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski, says Sanders will start the rest of the season.
Yeah, and finally, they're actually giving a shit about a star player who was shown to be good. Also, they took him out. He led the team the whole game, was doing very, very, very well. and they do a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. They take him out, bring in another dipshit. They fail it. They lose the game.
Well, they might have had a reason to pull him. You know,
No, there's no reason. There was literally no reason. They said it was a coaching decision. They wanted to get him a rep, basically. No,
Okay.
it's just dumb as fuck.
Okay. You're up next.
No. Next, Josh Allen is the first quarterback ever with 3 seasons of 20 or more passing touchdowns and 10 or more rushing touchdowns.
Good job, Joshy.
Yeah, and speaking of Josh Allen, the 2 former MVPs, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, versus the Houston Texans defense over the last 2 games, they have 0 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 10 times sacked. No other team in NFL history has had 10 plus sacks and 5 plus interceptions against former MVPs in a season while holding them to 0 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They did it in the same game. Or 2 games. Back to back.
And this is the first time ever that both starting quarterbacks from the previous Super Bowl had 0 touchdown passes and 3+ interceptions in the same week. Other times that happened were Chiefs versus Texans, and Eagles versus Chargers.
Yeah, and speaking of the Eagles versus the Chargers defense versus the Eagles had 4 interceptions, 10 passes deflected, 7 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery.
Damn.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is the only NFL quarterback in Super Bowl era to complete under 50% of his passes, throw for under 150 yards, get sacked 7+ times, have multiple turnovers, and yet still win the game.
Yeah, I don't know how the Chargers did. I don't know how they won. Yeah, well, I do. It's their defense. We just talked about it. But still, like, that's crazy. He had an
That's a
awful
lot.
game.
Hey, sports fans, if you're in the great state of Michigan and you're in need of roofing, siding, gutters, or insulation, there's only one place to call. And that place is Excel Home Improvement out of Romulus. With over 60 years in business, they are 3rd-generation family-owned and veteran-operated. They manufacture their own gutters and trim, so they're able to keep costs low while providing superior quality with unmatched service. They cover all of southeastern Michigan, including as far north as Bay City, all the way down to Monroe, and from Lansing to Port Huron. So give them a call today. That's Excel Home Improvement, 734-941-2800.
But next in the NFL, Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts is the first tight end to have 150+ yards and 3 touchdowns in a game since Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
All right, and we got some injuries this week, as always. We've got, starting off, TJ Watts underwent surgery Thursday to repair a collapsed lung, suffered Wednesday. No timetable has been established. Good. No timetable as of yet has been given for his return. But that's serious stuff, man.
Yeah, they just randomly posted whenever this was that he was in surgery, and then a couple hours later they gave the update of everything that happened. And next, Commanders tight end Zach Ertz, and former Super Bowl champion with the Eagles, has tore his ACL in a very fucking rough hit, and is going to miss the remainder of the season.
Yep, and the Colts announced quarterback Daniel Jones will miss the remainder of the season due to an Achilles injury.
Yeah, it was really bad. But the thing that came out of that was a 44-year-old grandpa starting an NFL game.
Yep.
And that is because retired
44 is not that old, though.
For
a
NFL,
quarterback, yeah.
There's
Why you got to call him a grandpa, though?
Because he's a grandpa. It's the first ever grandpa to start an NFL game.
I know, but it sounds so disrespectful.
His daughter is older than half of the players on this fucking team.
That's younger than me, and I'm not a grandpa yet, but you son of a bitch.
No, it's crazy.
He is technically a grandpa, I guess.
And he is signed with the Colts.
I hope
to
he
replace
beats
Daniel
all
Jones.
the young guys' asses on that
I hope
team
he
and just
wins.
runs
I
through
hope he
everybody.
wins.
Good for him.
I have the game queued up for later. It's in a couple hours after the 1:00 games.
Hopefully he doesn't get hurt because
Yeah, Lions need to beat the Rams as well.
they need to murder the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And the Buccaneers are signing outside linebacker Jason Pierre-Paul, who has not played in the NFL since 2023 for Miami. They placed him on their practice squad. So
Yeah, Super Bowl champion with them. Most notably known for blowing his fingers off with a firecracker. And
had a
speaking
cousin
of
almost
that,
do that.
Adam Schefter fucking did a crime when that happened and posted the X-ray, which is against HIPAA because he got it not legally and like did a crime. He also said that Sherrone Moore, we have to hear the his side before we judge. He went to her house and then threatened to kill her and himself. The fuck more do you need to hear? Some people's cheering.
Well, he will get to tell his side in court. He'll get his day in court, and then he'll be, if he did, which it sounds like he did, if he did anything wrong, he's going to be held accountable for it. It played out very openly, so I mean,
They fired him with cause. Like it's pretty obvious what happened.
Yeah, well,
They
they
had
didn't
an
fire him for that.
investigation.
They fired him for the
No, they
affair,
fired him for the affair. But like,
but
it all leads to it.
Yeah, it's playing out in a very public way, so it's going to be hard to deny some of the charges, I think. But I think he's going bye-bye for a long time.
And finishing with the NFL, doing the NFL standings in the AFC, starting with the East, the Patriots are 11-2, and right behind them are the Bills at 9-4.
And the AFC North, Steelers are on top with 7-6 record, followed by the Ravens, who are actually got a losing record of 6-7.
Yeah, they ass. Going over the AFC South is one of the most contentious division in the AFC. The Jaguars are on top at 9-4. The Texans and Colts are right behind them, tied at 8-5. And I really, really, really want the Jaguars and Texans to lose so we can see Phillip Rivers in the playoffs. Fucking 44-year-old grandpa in the playoffs. That'd be amazing.
Sure. And then moving over to the West Side is
no.
All right, Broncos are on top with 11-2 record, followed by the Chargers, who are 9-4. Everybody else,
yep. And the Chiefs are 6-7, and fuck the Chiefs.
Yep, Raiders are really, really bad this year. So are the Titans.
Yeah. So are the Jets.
Well, yeah, but the worst record in football is the Titans and the Raiders. They're 2-11.
So are the Giants.
Good God.
2-11. Going over to the NFC, starting with the East. Speaking of the Giants, they're last and completely awful. I'm just so sad that Scadaboo's gone.
Scadaboo?
Yes. The Eagles are leading the East at 8-5, and the Cowboys are trying to hold on at 6-1.
They're trying.
Yeah.
Moving over to the North, we got the Packers at the head. Well, actually, Packers are 9-3, while the Bears 9-3-1, while the Bears are right behind them with a 9-4 record, and of course followed by our Detroit Lions 8-5. So that's a close division, but
yeah,
man,
pissed.
Yeah, they got to step it up.
Yeah, going over to the NFC North, the Panthers are 7-6, and the Buccaneers are right behind them at 7-7, hoping to just squeak into the playoffs.
And back to the West Side, the Rams are 10-3, tied with the Seattle Seahawks, 10-3, and the 49ers are 9-4.
Right behind them.
Cardinals, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're kind of out of this.
I think so. And the
Their
Giants,
quarterback's out for the season.
Yep, Giants in the East are again 2-11, so another 2-11 team. Good God.
Cardinals are probably going to be 3-11 after this game.
Well, we'll see. And that pretty much wraps it up for NFL.
Yep. Yeah.
But in happier news, let's move on to the NBA.
Yeah. Well, it's not happier if you're anything, that's not a Thunder fan, because the Thunder have won their 16th straight game, and they did it by 49 points. And we're going to go over all of the games that happened this week with the Thunder. Stop hyping the Thunder up. They're the best team in the NBA.
I didn't say I like them. I just like
You're just hyping them up.
No, it's AC/DC hype.
Still, but
Thunder.
it hypes up them because it's their name.
And you don't want me to sing, so I won't go into chorus of Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah,
Read your line, monkey.
You don't want that. Monkey never cramp. Eat banana. No? You shouldn't have told me that.
That's going to be the clip.
No, it's not the clip.
No, it's going to be the clip at the end.
Okay. The Suns' 49-point loss to OKC is their largest in franchise history.
Yeah.
Ouch.
They kind of suck.
49-point loss.
Yeah. It was the Thunder's 16th straight, as I said.
But okay, I mean, they're doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, they were 24-1. They're now 24-2.
At least you lost to a good team.
Yeah, well, they lost because Wemby came back. But OKC matched the 2015-2016 Warriors, who have the NBA record for the best record in the sports history. For the best 25-game start in NBA history at 24-1. And yeah, they were really freaking good.
Looks like they're trying to go back to back, those son of a bitch.
Yeah. Hopefully they will slow down at some point in the season.
I think you got it's gonna be hard to keep that up, but man,
I mean, the Warriors
didn't. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully the Pistons got their number, but because Pistons went on a little streak there for a while. They won 13 in a row. They've lost a couple since, but
yeah,
I mean, they had a huge win yesterday. Yeah, they went 142-115 in their last game on Friday. So
yeah, and they're first in the Eastern Conference.
And they've been scoring a lot. I mean, I remember a time we could barely score 100. Now it seems like every game they're over 100. So
yeah,
woohoo, Detroit!
Ones they have been.
Yep. And then Dallas Mavericks center Derek Lively II will undergo season-ending foot surgery.
Yeah. And Giannis is expected to be sidelined for 2 to 4 weeks with a right calf strain.
Orlando Magic star Franz Wagner has sustained a high left ankle sprain. He's expected to be out 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
and
is that better than a low knee sprain?
I don't. I have no idea.
High left ankle sprain. High left ankle. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Why not just say ankle sprain?
I don't know, because there's low ankle sprains, and I don't know.
I don't really know. Neither one sound appealing, so okay.
No, sounds very good. And lastly, for the injury report for the NBA, Wemby has come off of the bench for the first time in his career to return to play versus the Thunder. And in that game, the Spurs upset OKC, giving them their second loss of the season and their first loss since the Trailblazers on November 5th. The game final score was 121-119. They lost yesterday's game 111-109, and that game just pissed me off.
Yep. And that's their only losses for the season.
Yep. Spurs are 18-7, so they're not doing too bad.
Yep.
And going into the NBA standings, in the Eastern Conference, the Pistons are the first team At 20-5, they are 7-3 in their last 10. The Knicks are behind them at 18-7. They're 9-1 in their last 10. The Celtics are third at 15-10. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. The fourth team in the Eastern Conference is the Philadelphia 76ers. They're 14-10, 6-4 in their last 10 games. And then fifth is the Orlando Magic, 15-11, 6-4 in their last 10 games.
And in the Western Conference, the Thunder, who we just talked about, are of course on top with 24-2 record, 0.923 winning percentage. So they're 9-1 in their last 10 games, followed by the Nuggets, who are 5 games back and still doing pretty good, but they're 18-6, 7-3 in their last 10. Rockets are 16-6, who are also 7-3, as well as the Spurs and the Lakers, who are tied. The Spurs are 18-7, and the Lakers are 17-7, but they're both 7-3 in their last 10.
Switching into the NHL now, there was a blockbuster trade as the Minnesota Wild have traded 3 players and a first-round pick in 2026 for 2023-2024 Norris Trophy winner Quinn Hughes. And it's the first real big trade of the season.
And because we're Detroit fans, we're going to talk about the Red Wings going 4-0. Winning 4-0. Are you done?
No.
All right.
No, I'm done.
So the Red Wings had a shutout, 4-0 win victory, and they're only a half game out right now. So
yeah,
let's see something happen, Wings. We need them back in the playoffs. We kind of got spoiled at their 20-year plus run when every single year they were in the championship or in the playoffs.
That game was against the Blackhawks, by the way. Chicago Blackhawks. Fuck Chicago.
Okay. You say that a lot to different teams.
Yeah, I don't particularly like the White Sox or the Guardians or, kind of Chicago.
Ohio in general.
Yeah.
Well, they talk a lot of crap.
Chicago is just
We do
unique
too,
because
but-
their teams are annoying.
Yep. So moving on to the standings.
Starting in the Eastern Conference in the Atlantic Division, the Lightning are atop at 18-11, followed by our team, the Red Wings, at 18-12.
Woohoo!
And followed behind them are the Bruins at 19-13.
Yep. In the Metropolitan Division, the Hurricanes are on top with 20-9 record, followed by the Islanders at 19-11, and Capitals are 18-10.
Yeah. Go Ovi. Going to the Western Conference in the Central Division, the Avalanche are atop their division with a 23-2 record. The Stars are behind them with a 21-7 record. The Wild are behind them with an 18-9 record.
In the Pacific Division, Golden Knights are on top with 16-6, followed 16-6-9. Moving over to the Pacific Division, the Golden Knights are on top with a 16-6 record, while the Ducks have won 19 games, but they lost 12.
Yeah.
So they're in second place, followed by the Kings with a 14-8 record.
Yeah.
And that pretty much wraps it for us this week, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I did that all by myself this time, folks. So you should be. Wow. I'm very proud of myself.
So is the studio audience.
Anyway, thank you for joining us as always. And let us know how you feel. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Here's the random clip of the week.
What can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah. Why bananas?
Monkeys never collapse.